right, welcome back to Duskwood, and this is episode 8. It released today. First and foremost, hello to each and every one of you. I see Bloody Mary, Hannah, Flower Moon, Prince of Exotic Butters, Nachos, Marble, or should I say Lexa, Flower Moon again, Osama, the YouTube family fan, Michelle, welcome. Allie, welcome. Lacey, Peachy Pup, good day, Peachy Pup. Billy the Kid. Am I missing anybody? Am I missing anybody at all? Allie, Sandra, Cleo, welcome, welcome. Another Hannah, different Hannah. Welcome to Duskwood, episode 8. So excited to start this episode. I'm so excited to have each and every one of you here. I see that some of you guys are full force playing, about halfway through. It seems like it's going to be a long episode. I hope it is. I hope it is. I'm super excited for it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start Duskwood, episode 8. Huh. I thought there'd be like a little introduction video. Normally there is, isn't there? Normally there's like like an intro to the episode. Um, kind of like a video. Interesting. Well, we know Richie just got attacked, so let's go ahead and ask Richie if he's okay, even though he's probably not even going to talk to us. He's not responding. We know he's not going to respond. I just don't see it happening. Wonder if there's somebody else that we can talk to. The group. Oh, we getting ready to let the group know. This is the last text that Richie sent us and sent the entire group. Are we getting ready to let the group know that something happened to Richie? Oh no. This isn't good. This isn't good. So no, we need your help. Need your jam help. Something terrible has happened to Richie. Need to find him. Need to figure out what's going on. Oh, Cleo. Cleo's reaching out to us. Lloyd, welcome. Good day, Lloyd. Jesse. Hello, hello.
Hi, we've just been to the pawn shop. Mr. Oakley was pretty nice, thankfully. But initially he was pretty hesitant, wasn't sure if he should give us any insight. Well, guess who handed him the bracelet? Phil.
What about Rich?
Well, that's the first time we've seen Thomas on video. We even heard his voice there. Interesting. He was getting ready to ask, what about Richie? So Phil gave the bracelet to the pawn shop. Oh, how did Phil get the bracelet? Because it was Jennifer's bracelet, right? Phil got the bracelet and put it in the pawn shop. Then Hannah found it. But how did Phil get the bracelet? Interesting. Not sure how Phil got the bracelet. I keep thinking about it. I keep trying to think about it. How did Phil get the bracelet? I just can't can't come up with a reason as to why. I mean, what do you think? Why would Phil have the jam bracelet? I still don't think whoever the kidnapper is, or whoever was the cause of Jennifer's accident, quote unquote accident. I don't believe that like the man without a face would give the bracelet to the pawn shop. They normally keep those things. They normally keep sentimental items. They don't just give them away. They don't give them to the pawn shop. They don't sell them. They keep them. It's like a sick trophy for them. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know why. So Richie went into the forest. He was lured by screams, but we don't know that for sure. He says that he was lured in, or he says that he heard screams. So we don't know for sure. We don't know if that's true or not. We never heard any screams. We never heard any screams. We didn't hear anything other than Richie and then Richie falling to the ground being attacked. That's all we heard. Unless Jennifer gave Phil the bracelet, but why would Jennifer give Phil the bracelet? Were Phil and Jennifer a thing? That's why Hannah wanted to talk to Phil. She wanted to explain. So Hannah found the bracelet and she wanted to explain to Phil what? That she found the bracelet? That's right, Cleo. People think Cleo is the woman without a face. Something pulled him to the ground. There was a lot of blood. Everything happened so fast. I don't know if anything pulled him to the ground. If anything, they knocked him to the ground, but they didn't pull him to the ground. I know that's semantics. That's like pulling hairs. It's a word over a word, but I don't know. There was a lot of blood. There was a little bit of blood. Well, it didn't look like blood. But we do know that everything happened so fast. And Cleo, you do not suspect. You're not suspicious of tongue-tied. I know you're not suspicious. You're only saying that to hurt me. You know her words hurt Cleo, and you're only saying that to hurt me. I think I'm in shock. So what do we do? What do we do? We need to go look. We need to go look for Richie and find out where he is. I bet if they go look for Richie, they probably won't find Richie. They'll probably just find like raven feathers or crow feathers or something. Need to calm down. Jesse and Lily are on. Please try telling us exactly what happened. I'll try. I'll jam try. All right, so we got to explain exactly what happened. I had messaged Richie. Richie and I were chatting. Richie messaged me. Well, I know Richie and I were chatting. That's easy, but who messaged who first? I wonder who messaged who first. I can't remember if Richie messaged us first or if we messaged Richie. I suppose we can look back, can't we? We can look back. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if I messaged Richie first or if he messaged me. But Allie's saying that I messaged him first. Okay. Well, then we'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll say that I messaged him. But see, Sandra thinks it was Richie that messaged us first. I don't know. Look, I'm just gonna say we were chatting because we were kind of just chatting. It was just kind of like nonsense talk, you know. Welcome, Dan. Dan's got his new profile picture up. Hope everybody loves it. It's one of my favorite pictures of Dan when he's when he's in the hospital. Look, Richie and I were chatting. We were talking about that hut in the forest. I can't remember what we were talking about. I had asked him something. It was just small talk. It was kind of just small talk, right? But was it about the hut in the forest? No, I don't think it was. It wasn't because we were talking about like I wonder how everything would have been if I wasn't there. What if someone's trying to frame Phil? Someone who knew he'd be on Hannah's telephone list. I just heard screams from the forest. Yeah, yeah. So it was just small talk. It was just jam small talk. Dan says you can see that some people didn't like his new profile picture and tried to make another Dan account. I think Dan. I think you're just a popular player. Everybody wants to make a Dan account. Dan's just a popular character. Just so jam popular. Everybody wants to make a Dan account, but we all know who the real Dan is. We all know who the real Dan is, and it's the one that's in the hospital making goofy faces. Then he said he could hear someone shouting for help. That's right. So he said that. We don't know. He suddenly heard screams from the forest, but he heard somebody shouting for help. And we think, well, at least I think it was set up. I think it was just set up. I don't know if he actually heard it or not. He said he did, but we don't know if that's true or not. Hmm. I told him not to go. Of course, I immediately had my misgivings. He knew how dangerous it would be. I told him. I said, I don't have a good feeling about this, Richie. I don't have a good feeling about you going out there. Let him scream. But he thought the person needed help. He was afraid it could be Hannah. He wanted to see what was going on. I mean, there's two answers there. That's pretty legitimate. I mean, he thought the person needed help, and he was afraid it could be Hannah. That's both legitimate concerns. It's both. It's possible that it was for both of them, both those reasons. But I think he thought it could have been Hannah. I mean, he said he heard a female. He did say he heard somebody scream his name too, right? So I think he definitely thought it was Hannah. No, it doesn't look like. Well, so Dan, we're actually telling the whole group right now that something's wrong with Richie. We're actually explaining exactly what happened. But then he started running after. He said he thought he saw something. Now that they didn't mention anything in there that he thought he saw something, but he thought he saw something. Started running after it, and then he was attacked. I couldn't see the attacker on their or their weapon. First, I thought he was just trying to scare me. Look, plain and simple, we couldn't see the attacker or the weapon. And again, if it was the man without a face, he would have made it known that he did it. 100% he would have made it known. Yeah, he did say, what if it could be Hannah? That is very true. That is very true. He did say that. Yeah, I knew he was running in there because he probably thought it was Hannah. Did we see any blood? I mean, if you call that blood, I mean, it looked more like melted milk chocolate. Like, but there was blood coming from his mouth, I guess. If you would call that blood, if Richie was made of milk chocolate. Michelle saw ketchup. He was in terrible pain. He couldn't stand up again. Look, there was definitely quote unquote blood coming from his mouth. So that's what we're going to mention. We're going to tell him. We're going to be honest with the group, as honest as we can be. Billy the Kid says the man with no face shows his mask, but when Richie was killed, he didn't. Right. It's very true. Right. And that's in my opinion, that's a big tell that it might not have been the man without a face. I don't know who Encrypted is, but I'm not your daddy. I am not your daddy, Encrypted. So hard for me to talk about his look. He wanted me to help. He wanted to be strong, but he couldn't. I don't know. His look almost kind of looked like it was just pain. I mean, he looked like he was in a lot of pain, and I don't know. Lloyd says the man without a face may have not shown because he or she forgot to bring the mask because they weren't expecting to find Richie in the forest and just attacked him suddenly. That's maybe. I mean, maybe Cleo found him in the forest just randomly. No, it definitely wasn't Cleo. I mean, we can pretty much surely expect that it wasn't Cleo, especially if this is picking up right exactly at the same exact time that Richie was attacked. Cleo and Thomas are walking with each other together. So I find it very difficult to believe that it's Cleo or Thomas. I also find it difficult to believe that it was Dan. If he or she was not wearing the mask, it does not make sense he would call Richie. Unless he was trying to lure Richie. Or she was trying to. But then again, he said it sounded like a woman's scream. It sounded like a girl scream, right? He didn't say it sounded like a guy. He didn't say that it sounded like a guy. I'm pretty sure he said it sounded like a girl. Yeah, I wouldn't suss Cleo. I just don't know. I mean, it's so hard for me to talk about this. He just wanted me to help him. He wanted to be strong, but he couldn't. I don't know. I don't even know what to say in this sense. Like, I think he wanted us to help him the way he was looking at the camera. I'm not sure. I suppose he wanted me to help. Now this is the big question. This is the big thing. Like, Richie is dead, but there's still hope. That's really interesting. Why are people calling Tongue Tied Daddy? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm still super sus of Richie. Plain and simple. I'm still super sus, but I don't know. I don't know if we should say Richie is dead or if we should say there's still hope. I want to say that there's still hope because I want that I want to believe that there's still hope. But I don't know. B Slytherin says Richie was your favorite guy. If it turns out that he was a bad guy, I will be pissed. But I don't think he's dead. I don't think so either. But I don't know, B Slytherin. You might be you might end up being pissed because he might be. He might be the man without a face. There might be two. There might be two men without a face, or a man and a woman without a face. Who knows? But it could very well possibly be two people. There's only one way to find out, and that's to complete the episode. We're still talking. I thought maybe they'd start asking questions, but if he was found straight away, but we have to hurry. Look, we have to hurry. We need to find him. You think there could be two because Thomas is sus? Well, Thomas was just walking with Cleo during all this. Lily's calling the police. Cleo says this is definitely out of our hands. Ooh, Lily. Tongue-tied. Did Richie go out into the forest from the junkyard? Huh. I don't know. I don't know if he was at the junkyard or not. That's where he heard the screams. Let me think. Was Richie outside the junkyard? Did he go in from the junkyard? I don't remember. I'm gonna need I need your guys' help. I need your guys' help. What did Richie do? I don't remember either. Sandra. Lexa says because tongue tied's the daddy of being jam genius. Have a great day, Allie. Thanks for joining. He was at the house. He was at what house? I mean, he was just walking, wasn't he? Wasn't he just like randomly walking? He just went. No, he wasn't just walking around, was he? He was at the house that we were supposed to all meet at. Is that where he was at? Was he at the garage? No. I don't think he's dead. I don't think so either. He was at the house that we were supposed to meet at, right? Let me think. Maybe it'll let us figure out if because he wasn't coming from the garage. He had packed his stuff for the hut before he called. I think he had packed his stuff up for the hut before he called. I don't think he was at the garage. Right, I think he was packing up. Were there any landmarks in the forest, like a tree stand or something? Oh, I don't remember seeing anything about a tree. I don't remember seeing anything about a tree. I mean, was there a hut? Dahlia RS, I have to say I really like your mask. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the mask comment. I like it too. It's one of my favorites. Aries still laughing at the fact that people are calling me daddy. Me too. I don't understand it either. I don't think there was like a tree stand or anything. I just don't remember. I don't remember if he was gonna go to the hut or not. Will we ever get a face reveal? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Only time will tell. Only trees. Right, there was only trees. That's all we ever saw in the video. It's your favorite because of the orange and green. That's very true. It's my favorite colors. Favorite colors is orange and green. If you couldn't tell. Almost everything I have is orange and green. Can I tell the police that you were on the phone with Richie when it happened? Of course. Yes, you can. Yes. Yes, you can. It's ringing. Dan. I need to go to him. You might already be there, Jesse. Plunging the knife into his back. I'm just kidding. Probably not. If you go to force, same thing will happen to you. Please don't do that, Jesse. I just have to. I don't know if that's a good idea. Especially if you've already been marked. I don't think that's a good idea, Jesse. I don't believe that nobody's answering. That's weird. Why isn't anybody answering? It's a jam. It's a jam police. Just tried calling the police, but nobody's picking up. Why is that? That's weird. Why wouldn't the police pick up a phone call, especially an emergency phone call? Maybe it was Alan. Maybe Alan is supposed to be by the phones, and maybe Alan is plunging a knife into Richie's back right now. I'm just gonna suss every single one of you until I figure out who it is. I'm gonna make every single person a plausible suspect. It's down to us, like always. Jesse's right. We have to help Richie. If we can't get in touch with the police, I mean, I don't know. If we can't talk. If we can't get in touch with the police, we might have to. I don't know. Could you maybe describe the place to me? Was there a path in the forest? I never saw a path either. Dan has to go. It's hard for Dan to talk to all of us and talk to me personally through the group chat. So he's gonna come back when he's not being taken up in the group chat. Was there a path into the forest? I don't think so. There was absolutely nothing. There was nothing in there. There's nothing that we could have seen that could have helped us in any way. Every damn episode, the group acts reckless and they end up in a bad situation. Billy the Kid says, guilty until proven otherwise. Why do you want to know, Thomas? Thomas is going into the forest. I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, if Richie could make it into the forest, I don't know if Thomas can. Thomas hasn't been marked, and I've never attracted the attacker's attention so far. So, it's a fair point. Look, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. That is true. He's never been marked. He hasn't drawn the attention from anybody. He's kind of like a ghost when it comes to everything else. I mean, he's been ghosting us this entire game so far. Thanks, Suntai. Please trust me. I'll manage. I've got someone from the police on the phone. Wait a second, please. Please don't trust the police anymore. Ooh, that's right, Jesse. Jesse doesn't trust the police. Dan, seriously, guys? What's the other guy say? Please make sure nobody goes into the forest, tongue-tied. The police will take care of Richie. Ah, see, now I don't know what to do. Do we take matters in our own hands, or do we let the police do it? I mean, the police haven't been any help so far. Sending someone else into the forest is the worst idea anyone has ever had. Look, Dan. What else are we supposed to do? It increases our chances of finding Richie, Dan. We need to do something. Think about how we could still help him. Think about how he might be fighting for his life right now while we're sitting here talking. Tongue-tied, you decide, oh, I don't want to make the decision. On second thought, I kind of want to. Oh. Should we have Thomas go looking for Richie? What if Thomas ends up getting killed? What if they attack Thomas? I don't know. Cleo says her cookies are done and going to make some other stuff for now. So bye, tongue tie. Bye, Cleo. I hope your cookies are delicious. Maria, welcome. Maria says, I don't believe Richie is dead. Maybe he's kidnapped like Hannah. Now, how do you explain the blood coming out of his mouth, Maria? Ari, like, to be honest, the police haven't done anything at this point. Exactly. Exactly. So we need to do it in our own. We need to take matters in our own hands. I don't know. Kyle wants to take wants to take a cookie from Cleo. I bet Cleo's cookies taste amazing. I bet they're delicious cookies. Cleo doesn't want to let him go either. But we still don't know why the police arrested Phil. It must be for a reason. But if this is still happening, if Richie got attacked and Phil is in jail, then it wasn't Phil. It's chocolate, not blood. It's probably from the chocolate chips in Cleo's cookies. Aries worried that Thomas is going to get attacked too. I'm worried about that as well. Lexa says, listen to Lily, leave it to the police? Oh, that doesn't sound like the Lexa I know. I don't know. I don't think we should leave it to the police. I think we need to send Thomas out there. Daya says, better Thomas than anyone else. Holly C, welcome to the stream. Holly says that I'd also be worried if the police get there and see Thomas. They'll think that he did something to Richie instead of the man without a face. That's a good point, Holly. I don't know what to do. Lloyd says Phil's definitely not guilty if there is one suspect. But if there are two, then Phil is still suspicious. That's true. Trust Lily to stay out of the forest. I don't want Thomas getting hurt or anybody else. Oh, I don't know what to do. A lot of you guys are saying trust the police. Sandra doesn't trust the police. But there's no need to risk Thomas at this point. That's true as well. Okay. I've made my decision. If Thomas is the man without a face, he'll finish the job. But Thomas was walking with Cleo when this happened. He was with Cleo at the pawn shop when all this happened. So I feel like it's not Thomas. Marie says, go look for Richie. Oh, I'm so split. I'm so torn. Cleo's not saying that she trusts the police, but she doesn't want to see Thomas get hurt. Oh, look, we'll leave it to the police. We'll leave it to the police. I just don't know. I don't know if that's smart. This is just out of our league. I mean, when he starts hurting people, I guess at that point, I don't know. Jesse definitely doesn't want us leaving it to the police. Now, what if Jesse goes looking for Richie now? What if it was essentially a choice between Jesse and Thomas just now? Now Jesse's going to go look for Richie. Oh, I don't know about this. Can't just let you go run off in danger. Jesse will understand. Richie wouldn't have wanted that. Oh my goodness. I feel like Jesse's gonna go running off to look for Richie now. Because we told Thomas not to. I'd much rather Thomas go running off after Richie than Jesse. The police are on their way. Oh my goodness. Police aren't gonna even find him. Thomas isn't going to go in the forest. Tongue-Tied decided against it. Thanks, Tongue-Tied. You know what, Lily? I trust Lily now, but I don't know. I'm still a little salty about what Lily did to us through like the first 6 episodes. Still a little salty. It was the right decision. It better be. Look, it was not an easy decision to make. Trust me on that. Not easy at all. But I won't let any of you go into the forest ever again, but the attacker is probably still there. Just think of the clues we could have found in the forest. The attacker is probably still there. I think that's the big kicker. At this point, not too worried about the clues, but the attacker might be there. Shadow Master, this game is amazing. I agree, Shadow Master, and welcome to the stream. I just don't know. I don't know if that was the right choice. I'm telling you, Alexa, I don't know if this is the right choice. I feel like Jesse's gonna go looking for him now. She's not online. She left. She logged off, so what? Now we wait. Now we wait. There's nothing left to do. Now we wait. I just don't believe it. I can't believe it. How is there nothing left to do? There's nothing else we can do. Now we just wait. We just sit here, thumbs up our butts, and just wait. Talia says Jesse's going to go to the forest. That's why we should have sent Thomas instead. I feel like that's what's going to happen. This is terrible. Can't believe it. Now we're in the cloud. Now we have to do puzzles. We're going to try to complete some puzzles. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to try. Can't promise how great we're gonna do. I can't promise how far we're gonna get. So we need to get 34 blocks. How many moves we got? 24. 34 blocks with 24 moves. Jam impossible. Well, there we go. And we got bombs? You gotta be kidding me. Nice little power up there, though. And it's right next to... Oh, I wish I would have been able to jam... Combine those. That would have been great to combine. Shoot. The hell? Why can't we get any, Where's all the bricks at? I have one brick on the screen. Where's all the bricks at? Dang. That's not what I wanted to happen. This is a jam impossible. What the... Ashley Santos, welcome to the stream. I'm literally like halfway to episode 2. And shit's crazy, man. Like, literally, that's hell you're walking into. Oh, thanks, Ashley. Episode 8, she means. Okay. Oh. I feel like this is jam impossible to do. That might help. How many moves do we have left? 12. Actually, it might be impossible. It might just be possible. Huh. It's a good power up to have right there, but I feel like we want to try to use it with a power up. We only need 5 more bricks left. 2 more bricks left. We're almost there. We're almost there. We almost got it. Need 1 more. And I think I see it right there. 1 down. 2 to go. Don't forget the power-ups are important. I know it. I know it, Lexa. Power-ups are definitely important. Use them as much as possible. Ari says they hate the puzzle where there's ice and bombs. Yeah, that's pain in the ass puzzles. Jam pain in the ass puzzles. All right. Huh. Not much here. Ice and bombs are the freaking worst. Isn't that right? Daya. Hmm. Oh, nuts. That would have been nice to use. This is not a good puzzle. The jam set me up for failure, I think. Huh. I don't think we're gonna make it in this puzzle. I think we're gonna. This is gonna be a difficult puzzle to beat. We're not getting the domino effect that I've been looking for. At least not compared to the last time we played the game. How many moves we got left? 8, and we still need 26 blocks. This is jam impossible. Two moves. Not gonna do it. It's not happening, guys. Not this time around. We're gonna lose. Give up on that one. Too many blocks away to even try to attempt an extra 5 more moves. It's jam impossible. Daya. Daya. I got you, Daya. I appreciate that because I always get everybody's names wrong. And I appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys let me know. Daya. I'm going to try to remember that. Hmm. The bomb, that worked. That worked. Okay. Oh. This might be good if I can do this correctly. There we go. Huh. I feel like these jam bombs. These bombs are not playing fair. I mean, how am I supposed to get the bricks? And the jam bombs are always in the way. Hmm. It's not looking promising. Daya. Daya probably is one of the other accounts too. And it doesn't look, it's not looking promising. I don't think we're going to be able to get it. Shoot. Four bricks for within 5 moves. Is it possible? It might be. It might be possible. I think we're gonna go for it. I think we're gonna go for it. I think I can do. I think I can get 4 bricks in 5 moves. There's 2. There's 1. And I got the other one right there. No, not right there. I got the other one right there. Woo! We got it. We got it. One more. One more, then we can continue the story. Duskwood, episode 8. Ooh, that's a good little power up to have. Now we just need to combine it. So far, we're doing all right, it seems. Not doing bad. Getting a lot of bricks. A lot of good. A lot of good domino effects there. It's going good. Huh. Oh. 7 moves left with 12 bricks. Interesting. Huh. Not looking good. Jam bombs. Look at that. No bombs. All the jam bombs. No bricks. The hell? The jam hell. It's not even worth trying because there's no bricks. Can't even get the jam bricks. Huh. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. That purple up there has only got 5 moves left before that fuse starts going. Huh. Oof. We need. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Ooh, that was getting close. Getting jammed close. Come on. Need jam bricks. All these jam bombs ain't got no bricks. Got 99 bombs, but a brick ain't one. Huh. There we go. That's good. I'm not too worried about that bomb down there blowing up because I got 3 more moves. I need to get the bricks. Again, I'm not worried about the, maybe this will help. Maybe that'll help. It does help. It helps a lot. Oh, we got it! Finally! Oh, yes! Thank you. Jesse. Don't tell me, Jesse. Don't tell me. You went into the forest, didn't you, Jesse? Look, Jesse, are you angry about the decision? I'm only trying to help you guys. Sheesh. I'm only trying to help. But she can understand, so that's good. Putting Thomas in danger to help Richie would have been wrong. I was a bit shocked by myself in the end. I know how much Richie means to you. Yes, that was pretty careless of you. One often reaches one's limits in horrible situations. What does she mean? I was a bit shocked by myself in the end when she was attacked. Is that what she means by like she was shocked when she was attacked? I mean, she wouldn't go into the forest anyway. She's already been attacked once, so I would assume she wouldn't go into the forest. But look, Jesse, I understand. I know how much Richie means to you. Thanks for understanding and thanks for keeping your cool too. I'm sorry I expected that from you guys. I'm at the junkyard now. What are you doing at the junkyard? I thought you quit. Have you got the files? As long as you're not in the forest. I thought you'd go there to be honest. She was supposed to get files from the junkyard, right? So let's see if she did get the files. Oh, okay. I got you, Lexa. She was shocked because she was willing to let Thomas go in there and possibly get hurt. Yes, the police were even here before me. 3 officers went into the forest, I think. And I wanted to talk to Richie's father too, but I couldn't find him anywhere. See, this is why I've mentioned this before. This is why I think that Richie and his dad could potentially be in this together. Because why isn't Richie's father anywhere to be found? Does he even know that Richie was injured? Or that he was hurt or possibly killed? Huh. Maybe he went to the forest. Maybe the police told him about it. Maybe he went to the forest to help find Richie too. Thought I could find some sort of distraction by working, but that was a terrible idea. Everything here reminds me of Richie. I bet it does. It's understandable, Jesse. Paul's not Richie's father. I thought he was. Who's Richie's father then? I thought it was Paul. Richie pranked me on the first day of work with the fish here in the office. He claimed he knew the fish, or he knew the name of each individual fish, and I was so impressed because there was like 14 fish in the aquarium that all looked pretty much the same. He came in every morning to say hello to me and to the fish and always addressed 2 or 3 fish by their names. It took a half year for me to realize that he said different names every single morning. Welcome back, Egg Chan. He kept it up as a ritual because it was so funny. When I came into the office earlier and saw the fish, I started crying. Oh, poor Jesse. Poor Jesse. That's so sad. I wanted to greet them with a fake name like always, but I couldn't. I'm sorry. I don't know why I told you that. Because it helps, Jesse. It helps to talk. That's why. Because it helps to talk about it sometimes. I noticed that you changed your name. I noticed. So now you're going to be known as Ego-chan. Thanks, Tongue Tied, for listening. You're welcome, Jesse. I'm just so incredibly worried about him. Police will take care of everything, so am I, Jesse. That won't change anything about the situation. Look, I'm worried about him too, Jesse. Do you know what the last thing was that I said to him? That I wanted to quit. We're going to play like we didn't know that. We had an argument. Well, she was upset because she thought that Richie gave evidence to the police about Phil, or mentioned to the police and said that Phil might have some kind of matter in Hannah's disappearance or something like that. We had an argument. Actually, I was the only one arguing. He was just defending himself. I thought it must have been him. I thought he was the one who told the police about Phil. Right. To be honest, I thought so too. Richie would never do something like that. You really thought he would do that? I kind of thought he did it too for a second. I kind of thought so too. However, I'm not going to tell Jessie that. Well, I guess it don't really matter if I tell her that, but I kind of thought Richie did as well. But look, Richie would never do something. We came to the conclusion Richie would never do something like that. I was so angry and confused because of the rest, and because you were talking about Phil as a suspect. I should have listened to your doubts instead of being angry that you had doubts. Right, Jesse. You should have just chilled out, calmed down, and listen to what we have to say. Because we've all had doubts about each other. I mean, Jesse's had doubts about us, about Jake. Everybody's had doubts about Thomas. Dea bets it was Thomas that snitched. Who knows? Who Jam knows? But we all understood her reaction. I mean, Phil's her brother. So it's kind of understandable. Shadow Master, you think you did the wrong thing? What did you do, Shadow? What did you do now? I want to tell him that I'm sorry. I want him to come through that door right now and think of names for the fish. Wait a second. Something's going on outside. One of the officers is coming out of the forest, and a man in one of those white coveralls. He's from forensics, right? Oh, they collecting evidence. I can't see them. Maybe she'll show us a video. She'll open up video chat. She's gonna call us. Why are forensics here? Oh, they only come once they find something? I don't know. I don't know much about forensics. Yeah, usually the Duskwood police in mysterious ways or work in mysterious ways, then that means they have found something. I don't know. I mean, the forensics, they might have found something. If that is forensics, it could be just picking up evidence. Could mean that they found something. Maybe they found something. I don't know. The guy in his suit's carrying something. I have to go. Oh no. What could it be? Group chat. Okay. I was like, it didn't come out. They found Richie's cap in the forest. I saw him carrying it away in a plastic bag. It was covered in blood. Why would his cap be covered in blood? I feel like that doesn't make too much sense. That's not good regardless. And Jesse's offline. So the cap that they found was covered in blood and we're back at the cloud. Huh. Not sure. I'm not sure. Should we? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Should we continue? Should we try to beat some more cloud missions and continue on? See if we can get into the next part of the story. I'm not sure how much we can beat, but should we give it a shot? Should we try? Should we try to continue in the story? Should we try to beat some more cloud, some more puzzles? What do you think? We might be able to. Wind Velvet, you said you made Thomas go into the forest? Oh no. I feel like we should have had Thomas go into the forest as well. Man. Thank God it wasn't his body. The cap kind of reminded me of the jute covered bag. The jute bag covered in blood for the Book of the Legends. Right. Right. That's definitely true. Adeline says, let's get it. Let's see if we can beat some more missions. Some more of these puzzles. Oh, this doesn't look easy at all. So we just need to get the shields. This kind of reminds me of another puzzle we've done before. Interesting. Shields. Oh, it's not what I wanted to happen. Come on! Of course. Jam, of course. I had 2 reds there I could have used, and it Jam blows them up. Right in my face. This'll help. This'll help as well. Is there only like 3 colors? We got red, gray, purple, and green, so 4? 3? Yeah, we got 4 colors, so there's a possibility that we might get a lot of power-ups. Because there's just a lot of... There's only like 1 or 2 colors, so we might actually be able to beat this pretty easily. Huh. Let's see. Still don't want to... We only have 18 moves. Still don't want to make any mistakes. Huh. Still definitely don't want to make any mistakes. We gotta play it smart, but it looks like we're in good position to potentially beat this. Yes. Yes, we are in very good position. How many moves we got left? 9 moves, and all we need is 3 more shields. Oh, I think this is gonna be too jam easy. There it is. We got it. 2 jam easy for the jam genius. That is tongue-tied. Wind Velvet says they found it odd that a cat-covered blood was found in the forest. True, it is odd, but it does, like Lexa said, or as you guys see it, Maribel. Like Maribel said, it does remind us that it reminds us of the jute covered, or the jute bag covered in blood in the Legends of Duskwood, that story that we went through. It does remind us of that. It's kind of eerily similar. All right. Let's keep it going with the win streak. Ooh. What a power up to have. Such a good power up. How are we going to get another power up to combine with it, though? Here we go. Oh, no! Oh, I forgot I was going to do that. I was trying to move it over for the power up, and I screwed it up. It's okay. I think we're still in good position. I think we're still in a good spot. Come on. I needed that green. Suppose I didn't need it as much as I just wanted it. I wanted that one green. How many moves we got left? 2 moves? Oh, no. I don't remember if this red is a vertical or horizontal. But I don't think we're going to get it in 2 moves. Unless we get really, really lucky. Nope. Not quite. Not quite. Come on. Shoot. We didn't do it. I can't believe we didn't do it. Can't you believe it? But I feel like it's so easy. I don't know how we didn't do it. Huh. Normally they start you off with a color that you can get. Not this time. So not this time. Tongue-Tied's too much of a jam genius to be giving them free colors. Nice power up to have. Jam used it. Ooh, good power up. Now we can't forget that if we move it, we're gonna lose it. So we need to figure out how to get a power up to it without using it. Oh no! Can't you believe it? Hmm. Hmm. I feel like they don't want me to win. Not getting nearly the colors I need. It's not what I wanted. This isn't good. Already out. We're already out of moves. Can't just believe it. We've got 2 lives left. We got 2 mini games we have to beat. Got 2 lives left. Huh. Man. The first gameplay, or the first time we did this puzzle was so easy. And now they're like, he completed that too quickly. We gotta make that difficult for him. That's a good, of course. Oh, Jay, of course it would mess it up for me. Don't even let me use it the way I want to use it. I'm feeling we're running out of moves. Okay, I'm running out of moves. 3 moves left. What the hell? We should have completed it with the 5 extra moves when we had the chance. no. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Feel like I can't even get excited for these power-ups anymore. Because that happens. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. I see a setup. I see a setup forming. Let's see if I can get it. No, of course. Of course. I was almost able to set it up with an amazing power up, and of course it wouldn't let me. Of course it wouldn't. Because why would it? Come on. How many moves we got left? 3 moves. 3 moves, 3 shields. How are we gonna do this? 2 moves, 2 shields. One move, 1 shield. Huh. Don't know if this is gonna work. Really? Really? Didn't jam work, but we're gonna make it work. Just 1 move away. 1 jam move. So if we told Thomas to go into the forest, then Thomas would have found the blood-covered cap, not the police. Interesting. I wonder how that would play in the story if Thomas found it instead of the police. Because then we would have, but can the police find actual forensics DNA on the cap? I wonder. Whereas something that we can't do, you know? Interesting. Makes you think. Huh. Ooh, do we get the power up? Or do we go for the actual... I think we get the power up. Screw that. We're taking the damn power up. That seemed to work out pretty good. It worked out pretty decent. Oh. Another good power up here. There we go. There we go. I was hoping that was going to be a horizontal power up. Now, let's go here. Perfect. Jam, perfect. Look at this. Now we got a pretty good little power up there. We got another power up there. I think we got this. I think we Jam got this as a win. Boom. Boom. And now we can get right back into the story. There we go. Jake? Oh, Jake! Oh my goodness, look who came back, everybody! It's Jam Jake. Something terrible has happened to Richie Jake. He's read up on everything. He knows what happened. I'm sorry to hear, or I'm sorry about what happened. Richie was your friend. Would you like to talk about it? Oh, we could talk to, I'd love to, Jake. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it, talk about everything. I could barely take it. I've tried to stay strong. Look, I've stayed strong, Jake. I'm a Jam strong boy. To make it easier for the others, mainly because Jesse, for Hannah and our investigation, not to let anything get me down. Look, I'm staying strong for Hannah and the investigation. We gotta find Hannah. That's what we're here for. We gotta find Hannah. It's definitely gone further than I can ever imagine, Jake. Seeing how much Richie was suffering. I don't think Richie was dead. They're really playing this Richie's dead up. They're really playing the emotions up, aren't they? I really don't think Richie is dead. France, hello. Welcome to the stream, France. That was the only one that Richie had in the moment. It was the only one that was there. It was the only one that could help. Do you know that I had to hang up? It was with Jesse, only 100 times worse. And yeah, we had to actually. The first time we played through it, well, each time you play through it, you have to like physically hang up. You can't just like let it play out. You have to physically hang up. But it was like what happened with Jesse just 100 times. It was just way worse than what happened with Jesse. Apparently, I abandoned him. I didn't abandon him, but apparently I abandoned him, guys. I don't know, but apparently we abandoned him. All I could do was scream. To tell him that everything was going to be okay. They're really playing it up. They're really playing up the whole Richie's dead thing. Playing up the emotions. Hurts to talk about. It's our fault. Let's not talk about this anymore. Ooh, is it our fault? Is it our fault? I feel like it's not our fault. Lexa, thank you so much, Lexa, for the super sticker. I love it. Look at that. Oh my goodness, Lexa. That is too much. Thank you so much, Lexa. As everybody else sees her, Maribel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I can't tell you how much that means to me. Oh, that number one. I love it. I love it and I love you. Thank you, thank you. Now, what do we say to Jake? I mean, do we tell him it's our fault? Let's not talk. I want to keep the talk going. I want to keep talking to him about it, but I don't want him to. I don't want to just end the conversation, but I don't want him thinking that I think it's our fault because it's not our fault. It's the Jam Man without a face's fault. It's the Crow Man. It's his fault. It's not our fault. We're doing everything we can to help. We're trying. I just don't know. It's definitely not our fault. I'm not saying it's our fault. There's no way I'm saying it's our fault. I don't want there anything to be unsaid between us. You're right, I've got lots more to say. Yeah, I'm sure. Man, but if I say you're right, I've got lots more to say, is it gonna give us like a bunch of mean things to say to Jake? I don't know. Like, I don't want to say anything mean to him, but you know what? I've got a lot more to say because I don't want to end the conversation with Jake. I don't want to just end it. We ignored so many threats. Even when Jesse was attacked, we just continued as if it was just as if they were just saying like as if he was just trying to prove something. Like we lost Richie, but we aren't any closer to finding Hannah. But you'll just go on saying that we're on the right path. It's true. But we are. That's the thing. We are on the right path. It's like low-key blaming Jake for what happened. Exactly, France. And I'm not trying to blame Jake for what happened. I don't think it's Jake's fault. I mean, things happen sometimes. I get it, but it's not Jake's fault. I don't know what to do. I don't want to say it's Jake's fault. We just need to go on a little bit. I feel so torn right now. But how many friends do you want me to send to their deaths, Jake? Are you even still there? Forget it. This is pointless. Oh, man. I feel like we shouldn't have said any of this. This is tough. How many of our friends should we send to the deaths, Jake? You tell me. You are angry, I understand. You are trying to understand, you mean. It's really hard to believe that. And you don't really understand. Oh, really? Oh, really, Jake? What do you understand about it? Tell me how you understand. Lexa, I truly appreciate it. Lexa says, you're welcome. You earned it. I feel like I didn't, though. I mean, Lexa, I truly appreciate it, Lexa. I love you so much. It's jammed amazing. You'll never know what it's like for me. Have you ever watched a friend fight for their life? Ooh, it's a good question to ask Jake. Has he ever watched his friend fight for her life? He's going to say Hannah. He's going to say, I watched my sister fight for her life. Zane, welcome. Says he's a Filipino watcher. Welcome to the stream. Lexa, you think it's our fault too because we feel guilty? I don't think it should be our fault because we feel guilty. I feel like we're taking it as our fault because we feel guilty, but it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, we didn't do it. Like, all we're trying to do is help. All Richie's trying to do is help. All anyone is trying to do is help. And and it's the man without a face or woman without a face, whoever it might be. It's whoever that is the one messing everything up. There's nothing I can do but tell you that I am sincerely sorry for your loss, but we have no other choice but to carry on. Giving up is a luxury that we cannot afford right now, considering what is at stake for us. You mean what's at stake for you? What is at stake for us? What is at stake for Tongue-Tied? What is it at stake for us as the main character? Other than the fact that we've built emotional relationships with these people that we've never met. You know, what is it? What's at stake for us? I mean, we've built friendships, we've built relationships with these people, and they're just starting to disappear one by one. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of don't want to say anything. I don't want to say any more mean stuff to Jake, though. Let's ask him why not. Why not? Why not, Jake? Let's see. By saying it's your fault, it's about the threats. By not acknowledging the threats and not being proactive about the threats. Maybe that's right, Shadow. Maybe that's right. But I mean, like, it's not our fault. Like, we're not the ones attacking Richie. We didn't kidnap Hannah. It's not our fault if we're just trying to help and trying to find him. It's not our fault that people are starting to get hurt. It's still it all started with the man without a face, or whatever happened with uh with Hannah in the beginning. Prey Squad, Filipino watcher and player of the game. Welcome to the stream, Ashley Santos. So many fellow watchers here. Yes, it's amazing. It's great. This is great. I love it. I absolutely love it. Why shouldn't I just block you right now? There's no way I'm saying that to Jake. We have to just cool our jets. We have to calm down. We just have to chill out. When you accepted my call back then, you took Hannah's destiny in your hands. That day, her destiny became your burden, just like it became mine. All we can do is to not lose sight of our path, even if the path seems endless and insurmountable at times, but I still ask you to go to the end of it with me. But only because you'd be lost without me. I'll trust you, but this is the last time, and I will. Look, Jake, I might be upset. I might be frustrated. I might be upset, and I might be sad because we lost Richie. But I will still go on to the end of the path. I will still go on with you, Jake. I will. I will still do it. We got to be able to do it together. We feel guilty because Man Without a Face is after us, but everyone else is paying for it. That's very true. That's very true. That is true, but it's still not our fault. We can feel guilty, but it's not our fault. It's still the Man Without a Face's fault. It's not our gym fault. I have told you before, and I am even more convinced of it now than I was before. We will find Hannah tongue-tied, and Richie too. We can continue with our investigations. Or can we continue with our investigations? Yes, there's lots to discuss. I'm ready. Let's put a face on the man without a face. Oh! Let's put a face on the man without a face. Let's put a little smile on that face. Let's put a face on the man without a face, or even the woman without a face. Richie wanted to tell me something. Richie told me he could hear her screams, or hear screams from the forest. Right, Richie did say he could hear screams from the forest. It's very important. I think that's super important. I couldn't hear anyone screaming. How likely do you think it is that? Look, I couldn't hear anyone screaming. When Richie called us, I couldn't hear anyone screaming. But he had called me only after he had heard it. Right? That's very true. How likely do you think it is that it was Hannah that was screaming? I don't think, well, it might have been Hannah. If Hannah is the woman without a face. We talked about it in our preparations up to episode 8 video, the one we had just a couple days ago. And we talked about how Hannah could be suffering from multiple personality disorder, also schizophrenia, and she could also be the man without a face, but not knowing consciously that she's the woman without a face, but she could potentially be the woman without a face and doing all this stuff subconsciously in a multiple personality. It is possible. She was taking depression medication. So who knows? Who knows? It is possible. It's totally possible. Well, during your conversation with the others, you said that Richie was afraid it might have been Hannah. From that we can gather that the scream will have come from a female person. So the attacker might have used Hannah to lure Richie into the forest. Why would he do all that all of a sudden? Also, if that is the case, if the attacker had Hannah in the forest and was using Hannah's voice to lure in Richie, and Richie went running through the forest, he didn't see a damn thing, and somehow gets attacked from behind, but he never saw Hannah, never saw the attacker, that's suspicious. Super suspicious. Very suspicious. I hope you might be able to come up with something. Richie was supposed to break the rule on purpose. I don't know yet. Richie was supposed to break the rule on purpose? Oh. Are you telling me we're getting ready to suss Richie? So Richie was supposed to break the rule on purpose. Like, he was supposed to go in the forest. Like, he knew he was going into forest. He was going to do it anyways. So why? But maybe Richie was supposed to break the rule on purpose. Maybe there is two. Maybe Richie's one of them. It's a good thought. Huh. We're going to start sussing Richie, even though Richie's Jam Jed. So he wanted to attack Richie. But why? Why would he attack him? It doesn't make any sense. The last mini game and the first part made you want to throw your phone. I'm sorry to hear that, France. Since Richie got the sign of the Raven, you've been expecting an attack on him. Isn't that true? Yes, that's what the legend says. Richie didn't believe it anyway. A few from our group feared so, yes. Well, that is what the legend says. According to the legend, you get marked, you get attacked. But for a sin that you committed, a serious sin that you committed, you will get attacked. So, I don't know. If I remember the legend correctly, the marked people are only brought into the forest in the night of the new moon. I forgot about that, but that is correct. But then we're also not necessarily dealing with an actual legend. We're dealing with somebody who is playing the legend and is essentially creating their own rules. And how are you gonna follow a legend of somebody who is playing a legend but also creating their own rules? That's what I don't understand. Huh. According to Jesse, it's only in the first night of the new moon of the year. But people's been getting attacked all the time. Jesse got attacked, Richie got attacked. None of it was during the new moon of any year. But Richie's attack did not occur in the first night of the new moon of the new year. Correct. And it wasn't at night either. All right, it wasn't even at night. It was in broad daylight. The sun was high noon. Which is why Jesse is so sure that Richie can still be found. But it's true that Richie was brought into the forest. Huh. Huh. It's true that Richie was brought into the forest. He was brought into the forest. He was lured into the forest. He wasn't like dragged from his house into the forest. Adeline says Jesse's story about Richie's prank got me thinking he is a good at pretending. Right. So he's good at making up stories. He's good at fabricating lies, I guess you could say. He's good at manipulation a little bit. It's very true. It's very, very true. Richie wanted to tell me something, but he couldn't anymore. The name of the killer. I mean, he was trying to say something, but he couldn't say anything. Let's see what it sounded like. It sounded like tongue-tied. He wanted me to find Hannah. Don't forget it, an apology. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm supposed to pick here. Did it sound like tongue-tied? I don't know if it's. You know what? I'm just gonna say it sounded like tongue-tied because why not? But I honestly don't know what. Oh God! Woo! That scared me a little bit. I wasn't expecting it. I was up here sitting here chatting away, chatting and talking to you guys, and I got the police calling me. Duskwood police.
Hello, my name is Alan Bloomgate.
Hello,
I'm with the
Bloomgate.
Duskwood Police. I hope I'm not bothering you. I have a few questions for you concerning Hannah Dunford and Amy Bell Lewis.
Oh, what? Well, ask your jam questions. Alan Blumenfield, whatever your name is. Oh, Jake terminated the call. Sorry, tongue-tied. Didn't feel like you should be answering that call. Talking to the police wouldn't be wise move right now. Why not? They might be able to help. What up, Dan? Dan is back. How you doing, Dan? We're still trying to figure it out. We're talking to your favorite person, Jake. The hacker guy. Yes. We're talking to the hacker guy. I just asked him why not. He terminated the call with 911. The Duskwood police called me and he terminated it on me. And the reason why not, Dan, is any information you give them might put you in the focus of their investigations, although we must assume that they already suspect you due to the phone call. That's not true. I don't believe it's true. It might be true. I would assume it's not true. But what would they suspect I murdered Richie? Just because I was on the phone with him, I murdered him? It doesn't make any sense. You're not gonna. Alan Bloomgate will be able to give you an answer to that. Thus, I gladly accept the uncertainty. It's not exactly helpful that you ended the call right in the middle of the conversation, Jake. Yeah, but if you're innocent, you'll be fine. But because you cut off the call, they're more suspicious of you now. Exactly, Dan. That's what I thought. I didn't cut it off. But now they're going to be super suspicious of me because I just hung up on them. I was just going to listen to their questions. I wanted to see what they had to say. Alexa believes Richie is Jake. What do you think about that, Dan? Jake is Richie, Richie is Jake. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. So I know, still I thought it was the best option at the moment. In case he calls you again, please do not accept the call. So, is there anything else we should discuss concerning the attack on Richie? Yes. One more thing. This is, oh my goodness, we talked about this so much. The attacker did not show himself this time. They did. That was a big thing I pointed out when I did the finale of episode 7. I pointed that out right away. The attacker never once showed their face. Never once showed their face. Welcome back, Jesse. Hello, hello. That's not really important. That is super important. Why would I say it's not important? I think that's super crazy important. So what do you think that was, Jake? Could have multiple reasons. I think there was only one reason. Did you not think it was necessary? Oh, the man without a face wants to show his face. If he takes credit, whoever that is, they take credit for doing something. Were you maybe only supposed to concentrate on Richie? No, I don't think that was it. That's not really his style. Maybe he just wanted to confuse us. Maybe he didn't have the mask with him. Two really good points there. So either that's not really his style, or he didn't have the mask with him. Which could potentially mean, well, I don't know. It could potentially show that there's two attackers, that there's two people without face. And they might be sharing the same mask. Who knows? It's very interesting. Huh. So is it not his style, or maybe he didn't have the mask with him? It's definitely not his style. We don't know if they have the mask or not, but it's definitely not his style. Because you were on the phone with Richie. But see, I was on the phone with Jesse when Jesse was attacked, and the man without a face showed his face then. So I think it's definitely not his style. You might be right. I think I am right. It's definitely not the style for the man without a face to not show that he was the one that did something. Zamina believes that Richie's the man without face. All right, I think I've discussed everything that concerns Richie's attack. I had thought Phil would be the most important of our clues, but considering the current events, I am forced to rethink that idea because Phil's in jail. The police should see that Phil is innocent now too, right? Totally agree. It would still be a good to keep Phil or keep investigating Phil. Because there could be two. It could be two people. Oh, did Jesse arrive? Hello, Jesse. My lovely Jesse. Jesse has arrived. My lovely Jesse. So police should see that Phil is innocent now too, right? I think we should still keep investigating Phil because I think Phil does have something to do with something. He has something to do with something. I just know it. It would still be good to keep investigating Phil. I think it's good to keep investigating Phil. Even though Phil was in jail, I think it's still a good idea. But he's no longer our top priority. Correct. Phil gave the bracelet to the pawn shop. Richie was the first one to suspect Phil. Look, Phil gave the bracelet to the pawn shop. We know that now. We know. Well, that's what Cleo said and Thomas said. I almost forgot that over everything else that happened. Thanks for reminding. You're welcome, Jake. You're so welcome. Oh, Michelle, you are calling Dan out. Welcome back, Lloyd. Shadow Master says Jake could be the man without a mask. You mean the man without a face? But he does wear a mask. It could be a man without a mask. Lloyd says, hello, flower boy. Dan says, screw you too, Lloyd. It's hilarious. So him giving the bracelet to the pawn shop is more proof that he does appear to play a part in all of this. Correct. You think that's why Hannah wanted to meet up with him? I wonder. I wonder if that's why Hannah wanted to meet up with him. Maybe to find out what happened to that bracelet. Maybe to find out, like, she wanted to meet up with Phil to get the bracelet back, maybe? It's a very good question, Tongue Tied. Maybe she also found out that Phil had given away the bracelet. Maybe so he could have given the bracelet away already, and so that's why she wanted to meet up with him to find out where the bracelet is. Or he hadn't already, and she wanted to meet up with him to get the bracelet, and then because she didn't, Phil gave the bracelet away. So, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but Zemina is from Mexico. So hello from Mexico. Thank you, Zemina. Welcome to the stream, all the way from Mexico. Maybe she found out that Phil had given the bracelet. Maybe. Sure, the pawnbroker isn't too big on data protection. Ooh, can Jake hack into the pawnbroker? They're probably not too big on protecting their secrets and their data. Look at that little smile from Jake. He knows where we're going with this. Richie was the first one to suspect Phil also. He had made a direct connection between him and the Raven on this garage door. Richie was the first one to suspect Phil. He had made a direct connection between him and the Raven on the garage door. So what do we do now, Jake? There's lots to do. We have a prison inmate, which Hannah wanted to visit. We know the identity of the body from Duskwood's forest. And we even know Jennifer's name now. So let me think. Think fast. I think first of all, I will check with our clues. Check which clues will yield results the most quickly, and then go after that clue. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds like a plan, Jake. And I'll see you. I'll see you later, Jake. See you later, tongue-tied. Jake is now offline. And we are back to the cloud. So, we are going to end it right there. I hope you guys are super excited that Duskwood 8 is back. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Leave me a comment in the chat. Leave me a comment after the video. If you haven't subscribed to Tongue-Tied Games yet, do that right now. You can do it at the little circle on the right-hand side at the bottom of the screen. You can do it anywhere you see Tongue-Tied Games. Just subscribe to Tongue-Tied Games. You can do that right now if you haven't already. Join the Tethered and this amazing Tongue-Tied community. I hope you guys are enjoying Duskwood as much as I am. It's really great. I love the fact that you guys are communicating so much in chat. You guys are amazing. Love each and every one of you. Again, a huge shout out to Lexa. As you guys might know her, Maribel. Again, a huge shout out to her for the super chat that she sent me. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for Jesse and Dan. Jesse and Dan and Cleo, you guys were all joined. Lloyd says, wait, what are we doing? What are we doing late? Yeah, Lexa is Maribel. Yep. Yeah, again, huge shout out to Lexa. Thank you so much for the super chat. And again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Tethered, this amazing tongue-tied community. As always, thanks for watching. Love each and every one of you. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.